This
husband.
conference will now be recorded.
All right, thank you. He said, can you allow your husband to marry you into his father's house? A question was shown at me this week. Can you allow your husband to be, to marry you into his father's compound? Now, quote, I didn't say father's house, though it's a father's house, but maybe the father is a rich man, he has his own house, then he has other rooms for the children. Now, and we know Nigeria, before you say you want to go and rent house, you spending close to 1 million, and your father has a house, and you have like another 2 bedroom that nobody is using, and you want to get married. Can you, as a woman, move into that kind of house with your husband? And note that husband that has father and mother, and in Nigeria, most people don't want to stay with their in-law. Everybody just want to be on their own, private and stuff like that. Now, as a man too, can you do that kind of stuff? Can you do it with points? I don't want just yes. Can you do it with points? And as a woman, can you go? Can you allow that? Can you allow your husband to do that for you? Not just spending. Is this not a matter of spending the time to get out? This is just what he wants. His father has a house. He wants to move in, and other brothers even are saying that I want to move in there. And we know this is Africa. American consigo. So, what is our point on it? So let me go straight. Let me point somebody that has not talked today. Mr. David, good evening. Can you hear us, Mr. David Otitokulu? Or did I have another David in the house? Okay, while we are waiting for Mr. David, Mrs. Bukola, since the question directed to female, let's have you.
Good evening once again.
Good evening,
I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Well, most of the time, some of these things just depend on individual personality, taste, our receptiveness of others, and the likes. And sometimes even what we think we will get from the society, or what we think the society will say about it. And the truth is, as long as there is cordiality, there seems to be nothing wrong with it. But where you don't have a proper flow, even before the wedding, it's advisable you step out. But it's the most beautiful thing is that one should be able to cultivate cordiality. You should be able to have a cordial relationship with your spouse's people, just like it's expected of him to be able to relate well with your own people, because the two families are actually coming together to become one. So that flow should be there. And if the flow is actually there, in such an environment, you may not mind, because it's just going to be like an extended community. It's going to be like an extended community, and that fellowship will still be maintained as long as each person tries to keep his or her boundaries. But on the other hand, you find out that it may not go down well with especially the female who wants a level of privacy, because of course there is hardly anything that they would do in that environment that the husband's family will not have a say or have something to do with it. So in that case, the person should, by choice, can decide not to stay. But I think on a good day, if for somebody who appreciates such, there is nothing wrong with it. And if it's somebody that also doesn't appreciate it, it's also not bad for the person to state it clearly that, see, I can't stay in this environment. Let's step out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ma. All right. Though you two, you actually behave like a politician this night. Try to
Apologies
be
to all of
try to be in between. So who else is going? Lalu, can I hear you? Can I have you speak on this? You two, you are still single. Let's hear from the single people this night. Let them contribute. You hear the question, right? I should repeat the
Yeah.
question again.
No, of course I do. I heard the question. I was trying Mrs. Zakari is experienced, and I was trying to get a view. But
So
then
now you can
I
keep you behave like that.
now it's like Mrs. Zakari is on the fence. So so I
Eh,
did yeah. In my own opinion, I think sometimes it is better not to start what you cannot end, or what might give you, let's say, uh, some issue at the end of the day. Okay, like for example, now living in your husband's family's compound, the lady might not like it, and it might really affect her freedom, so to speak, and our decisions, so to speak. In a situation in an African culture, in an African environment, your your mother-in-law might expect you to come and assist her at every uh, occasion, or at at some point. Okay, for example, maybe in an African setting, or let me use Yoruba land as an example. Maybe they want to organize a meeting, and they have to cook. They want to do this. They want to do that, and my really requires the wife, your wife, to be fully around and to be fully available. And the wife might not have that kind of energy. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for her not to join or to assist in such scenarios, but then she might not have that kind of energy. For example, let's assume she's coming from um, um, okay, let me use this word, a boti. If she's a boti, you understand, someone who is not who didn't grow up in that line. I think you understand. And let me use another example. Maybe in a scenario whereby the mother-in-law is someone that okay, or some of our old women, our old mothers, they might be thinking, okay, when you wake up early in the morning, you sweep the whole compound. I'm not saying that is bad, but then your wife might not have that kind of energy. You understand? And if sometimes too, it might be okay. The only time she has to do those kind of work might be on a weekend. I think you understand. So for me personally, I think and of course we have some other issues that you personally might not count as something big, as a big deal as a man, and of course your wife might not really count it as a big deal. Okay, it does not really matter. You understand? And your father or your mother, who is father-in-law, the mother-in-law, might be seeing it as a big deal. For me to something sometimes, in this life, personally, my personal take, my personal opinion, I feel respect comes better when we are far. And I think you understand. So when you come once, maybe you are coming to visit your in-laws once in a while, I think the respect will be there, safe, and whatever you want to do, you do it for them, even if it's not something convenient for you. Okay, maybe if you are coming for a holiday, or maybe for Christmas, or for a celebration, if you are doing that thing, you know that okay, I'm doing this for them at this time, and maybe in the next 1 or 2 days I will leave. I think you understand. So to avoid those kind of issues, if you have the capacity to take your own apartment, please go ahead and do it, to avoid some personally, there are some things I don't have
So
in
your
the
touch.
I do stress myself on. There are some things I just stress myself. I don't my personal what is it called now, person. Sometimes I don't do okay. This thing could really matter. It does not freak me. Like I don't count it as a big deal. And someone might be sitting and seeing it that you are supposed to do this now. I think you understand. For me, I think it's better to start your own life from a separate place, rather than just staying with them, to avoid what
Okay, thank you, Laolu. Yeah, Mr. David, we still need to hear your voice. Hope your network is okay, not like last week. I can see you going off and on. Okay, all right. Let's have your contribution.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
No, hello.
We can hear you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. People have said it. Oh, the best thing for a couple is to get married is for them to move out of their vicinity from their father's home. It is not expedient at all for them to live with their parents. There will be no self-esteem there. You see, the father or the mother, their in-law will just do anyhow to them. No, there will be no respect. If they want if they want that to be peaceful, for them to live in a separate apartment. So they have said it all. Thank you, sir.
But okay, it's like people are not getting the question. It's different apartment, but the same compound. The
I
apartment
thought
is not attached, it's detached. So I have seen some scenario like that and it works out, but some people query that
uh,
kind of scenario that is not right. Blah, blah, blah.
it depends. It depends on there will be no kind of paparazzi like I am going to greet my son or my daughter or anything. So if it is in the
Ah,
same vicinity but different apartment, it's just fear, but it's not good yet. Why can't they look for
but,
somewhere, maybe where they're living the same Akure, they can live at Okearo or go to Ijapo, live somewhere that is today.
but not in the same
So for
compound.
me,
But your father has money,
yeah,
your father build a big house. Your father has money, build a big house. So why do you have to be wasting money rent another apartment again? For crying out loud, nobody
if
stays
I
in that
know,
apartment. What if
see,
you are the only child? What if you are the only child or you are
let's
just
see you,
two and
yes, they can use the apartment to let, collect, to rent another.
all this noise is making noise? Okay, go ahead.
Hello,
You
sir.
said what? We can
He
hear
can
you.
use the apartment to let, he can let it and collect the money and use the money to get another.
But what
But if
but
it
the
if
problem
if the, but if the person is
I want
convenient with it, is choice. But
to
as a Yoruba, it's not expedient to live in your father's apartment when you are married. It's not good.
you when you are saying Yoruba now, I don't want you to say Yoruba because people like to matters and Hausa
And that's why I say for you,
is not about you,
it's
but
not
this is
expedient
United
for you
States.
to.
Everybody to matters. This is Nigerian thing. Everybody don't sometimes everybody wants their own privacy too. So thank you one because you said something, you said they should let the
Hello?
apartment out. What if the daddy, the father doesn't want him to take the apartment to a stranger? He just want the child to be there. What if you are the only child, or you are the only guy that just two, or and the other person is not even in Nigeria? So the parents want you to be near them. You know, as our African parents are, sometimes they don't want they just want you to be, and they have this money. The label and there, I don't think because of in shit. They are living in their own apartment duplex. They have other two bedroom detached, the same big compound. And they don't want strangers to come and live there. They just want their children to marry there and live their life. Well, that is your own
That's
opinion.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Number one thing is that
You are saying something. You said that is their own.
if the intended couples are okay by it, it's their choice. And number two is that the in-law, a father that his son got married and he didn't want him to leave the vicinity, that means that maybe the maturities of the man is not yet enough. maybe the new couple is the majority, or the man, the in-law. There should be no restriction. When you marry, your father's supposed to leave you alone, let you do according to what you want. That's how it should be. So let's
Don't change the topic to maturity. This is not a matter of.
No, I
Thank you.
know. I'm not changing
Thank
it,
you.
but
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Pastor Sam,
Hello.
you have something to say?
Yeah,
if
please.
the
Yeah. Okay. I just want to lend a voice on this. Mrs. Zekeri, she said something that it has to do with personality. So let me tell you, if we have to look at it traditionally, like a real African setting, you see extended family as in staying together with them having different odds. Like when you go to the village, you have like a community where you have the children, uncles, aunts, staying around each other within the same vicinity without them having issues with themselves. You know, Civilization has brought in a whole lot of things. If you have to go to the Bible, yes, the Bible says it in Genesis 2:24. It says, "A man shall leave his father and his mother's house and cling to his wife." Doesn't mean that he should move away from the father's property, or if he has the opportunity to stay in the father's. We are talking about a large premise here. I'm telling, as in, I have so many rich families that I know, you know, that they have mansions, and they built it in a way that is like a family house where they have their children around them, in their own different, suites within the same large property. So everything has to do with maturity. Now, if you now have a woman, maybe you are getting married to a lady who you believe is not mature to handle some family things, then the best you can do for yourself is to rent a house outside. But if you are bringing in someone that you know that, yes, this person is mature enough to handle extended family, to play all the politics, let me just, so to speak, the politics that is attached to extended family, even when you are not happy, show to them that you are happy. When you are happy and you think that they will be sad that you are happy, just pretend as if you're flowing along with them. But one of the ways that a couple can enjoy staying with an extended family is probably when the parents are old, they are aged, and you know that they won't really pry into your affairs. They will just be in their own flat. Is either you going to visit them, in their own flat, like that. But for you to be, as in, because now, if you have to go and rent an apartment somewhere else, are you not going to rent an apartment? And are you not going to cohabit with other people? So, what is the difference? Now you are with your own family that you know. So it doesn't make any difference. So it's the maturity that you bring into play that matters. How you are able to cohabit with your extended family matters. So I don't think there's any issue in a man. If you think it is okay, then fine. But if you have the money and you think it's not okay, for you to stay with in your father's compound, then you move out and get your own property elsewhere. But I don't think there's any issue once you're able to bring maturity into play. I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Samson. Anybody wants to go? Thank you for your contribution. Actually, everything is recorded, so I'm sending the answer to that person. Maturity, so it depends on what you want, how you can handle other people. This is because I hope you are okay. You don't want to contribute, so let me move. Ayole, you are okay. Laolu is okay. Thank you. So this next question has been going on for a while now, and it has actually caused a lot of even some people will abuse themselves on social media, and I will just back up pass. And the question is, okay, don't let me. I don't want to go to that question, but I'm tempted to go to the question. All right, it is. Is it compulsory for a woman to know how to cook? Is it compulsory for a woman to know how to cook? As in, maybe I need to face the question very well. Yeah, a woman should, let me know how to cook, right? But I don't know how to put it so that I will not, so that you don't get a woman you're getting married to and she doesn't know how to cook. Is it that compulsory? On social media and stuff like that. So people have been talking about it. It's not compulsory. It is compulsory. We get an housemaid. Blah 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 blah. So I'm throwing the question to you right now again because the question was thrown to me again. So I was like, the question I've been on social media, but the person said, okay, I should ask, is it compulsory based on her own background, where she's coming from? And I have a lot of twists on this question, on this particular question, but I will leave you guys to answer it first before I bring in the twist to it. Because I know somebody, I know a lady that doesn't know how to cook, and you guys just take it from there. She doesn't know how to cook, but she's a good person. She's a nice woman. Um, let's have it. Let me call on woman to answer this thing. Let me call on Ayole. If you are still here, I know you can cook. That is your profession and your hobby. So as a woman, how will you feel? Is it compulsory for a woman to know how to cook? Ayole, can you hold your mic, please, if you can hear us? If not, I will call on Mrs. Bukola to start first from the woman angle before we comes in here. Mrs. Bukola.
Please, the question again.
Okay, go ahead, we are with you. Okay, Ayole. Okay, go ahead.
So please, what's the question? No, my network is bad.
Okay, we can hear you. We
I
can hear
didn't hear
you.
the question.
You didn't hear the question. Oh, sorry. Is it compulsory for a woman to know how to cook? So, Mrs. Bukola, you can take it from there while we wait for your lady to get the question right. Linda has arrived. Mrs. Bukola, thank you. Because of time, time is going on. Before you know it,
Hello,
around
once
now.
again.
We can hear you, ma.
The
Thank you.
answer is yes, to an extent, and a little bit of
And
no.
no to an extent.
But I'll stand on the yes side this time. Even if the person doesn't know how to cook, it's
I
possible
want to stand on the no.
for the art. You can learn the art of cooking. Cooking can be learned. So even if the person doesn't know how to do it before she gets married, there are so many books that can teach you how to cook. And by the time you try it over and over, you get used to it. And there are also people that
Okay,
can
Mrs.
help.
Bukola,
Yeah.
Mrs. Bukola, please hold on that. I will call you again. I want a man
Okay.
to come in before I bring in the twist. He said something about the person can learn. I will bring in the twist now, and I will let you see the twist. A man, I want a man to go. A man, Pastor Samson, Mr. David, Laulu, before I bring in the
Okay,
twist.
let me just quickly
Okay.
say something. There is this saying that the way to a man's stomach, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. A way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So I think it is. Though we won't say it's compulsory for a woman to know how to cook, but it is necessary. It is necessary. A woman should know how to cook. Let me tell you, my wife, when we got married, she wasn't a very good cook. But right from time, I was brought up in a home where we have my dad as a chef, my mom as a caterer. So we all, as a naturally, got into it. And as I am now, I can cook anything. So what did I do? I had to put her through so many things that she needed to know. Because I told her when she was coming, I said, Madam, don't expect me to come and share the kitchen with you. So whatever you think you don't know how to do, just tell me. We will do it together and you will learn. To the glory of God, There is nothing she can't cook now. And I can tell you that I mean, so you just need to, there are so many resource books, resource items that you can consult, to learn how to cook. The internet is there. You can go there and,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Blac,
Let
can
me
I
hold
come
it
in?
here. Thank you. Now let me bring it. Okay, you can come in before I bring it to 60 seconds. All right,
Okay,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Before the twist, I think I agree with Pastor Samson and Ms. Zekari. For me, the problem would be if the lady is not ready to learn, or let me say, if she's arrogant. That's where the problem can come in. So not knowing how to cook is not a stigma, and it's something you can learn. I think one can learn. So if she's arrogant or she
Okay.
does not want to learn, I think that would be where the problem can come in.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now let me welcome Linda. You are welcome. I know you can hear us. If you want to speak, just press the microphone in front of you so
Thank
that we can
you.
hear you speak. All right. All right. Thanks for joining us. So we discussed about three topics before you joined. So we are on the third topic right now. The topic is it compulsory for a woman or a lady to know how to cook? Now, this is my
I'll beat you.
don't beat him or don't beat her, please. Please don't beat him. Don't beat her. Okay, thank you. You can have the microphone.
Get out.
So
Yeah.
we allow you to on it. This is my twist
Yes.
now. Okay, I know this part. For people that are saying she should learn, or she can learn, but she's not arrogant. This is this. Linda, can you please off your microphone so that the background is not. Okay, thank you. Okay, here is the twist now. I have this person from our background. Yes, you can learn, but at the end of the day, she now turned out to be a career woman. She was born into a family of wealthy home, and all her life, even to her clothes, and this doesn't just end based on food alone. She, from small, she has an housemaid that wash her clothes. She has cook that cook the food. She has driver that takes her to school and comes back. So apparently, not that she's lazy, but because the father is ready and stuff like that, and that is just her life. She goes to school, she has 2.1, she has master, she has everything. But this is just the life she was brought into. The only thing maybe she probably do is just boil water. Even sometimes boiling of water, a rich man's house like that, they have water heater, you just push buttons. So all her life, she has been pushing buttons to do some stuff. She drives car, she has driver, and all of that. Now, this now comes to another situation whereby I don't want to go into Nollywood. That's why I say I have a lot of twists to this thing because I actually had this story, and this story is real, not just not just a make-up story. And that is why we have a wealthy family. They don't want their children or their daughter to go and marry somebody that is lesser than them. Like we see in Nollywood that the rich man daughter wants to marry a poor man because it cannot work or it doesn't work. Because a poor guy like us now will learn how to do all those things, do stuff like that. I want to go and marry somebody that all her life she has been pushing buttons to do all that stuff. And now you are marrying that kind of person. Sorry, she cannot do it. And now she's saying, let's have an housemate to do all these things. And man is saying, no, we cannot have something. How will I marry a wife? You do not marry a cook, like some pastors too will preach. The woman we marry is supposed to just assist us. She's an helpmate, not a cook, not a washing machine. If you need somebody to wash your machine, buy a washing machine, just push the button and wash your clothes. So this issue has been going on. Now, not that you cannot learn. Yes, some of us, averagely, from the family we are brought up, we are average. We can learn, we can do all sort of things. But this is the twist to it. This person, all her life, was born into this kind of family. So everybody around her have been doing stuff. Even the mother does not do anything, even to his own brother now. So to his own brother too. I'm actually putting things into explain something. Even his brother that they have together doesn't do all those things. So even if the brother is going to marry, I'm not losing you guys. Even if the brother is going to marry another lady, the brother, that kind of man too, has the mindset of getting a housemaid. And he's going to marry somebody of our own level too. He's going to get a housemaid to be doing all those house calls, buying machines, to be pushing buttons. So now that refers us back to what is happening, now what happened on social media some months ago, that a woman must know how to cook. But this is somebody, not that she's just lazy or nothing, but this is her life. This is what she was born into. What are we going to do about this kind of a person? How do we help this person, for crying out loud? And now, like I said, she's a career person. She goes to work. She comes by 7 p.m., 6 p.m. What time is she going to learn? And what they are doing now is they have a cook. They cook on Sunday. They put it in the freezer for them. That will last them for 1 week. They just come home, they warm it, and stuff like that. What you say, that is my twist. Hope I didn't lose anybody for that small twist.
Black Moses,
Okay,
thank you for this twist. But first of, I think I need to say something. Like this woman, she's a career woman. The person you are getting married to. Now, if this man is demanding extra, that she comes back home after all the stress and everything to come and cook, I would say the man is wicked. That's number one. But that doesn't still stop the woman from learning. There are still some basic things that a woman can learn to cook. You don't really need to be, the cook that comes to pound yam, or cook all those sophisticated meal. You are of the same level, yes. You know that this woman is of the same level with you, and before you get married to her, you know the kind of person she is. Now, I'm bringing her to your home, and I'm trying to make her be what you think she is not. Then that'll be the issue. Allow her to just like naturally enter into such. By the time she starts saying your closeness with, probably, I'm talking about the man now, the man's closeness with the cook, maybe because the cook has been cooking the kind of meal that the man so much love, then you see the woman naturally will just begin to cook that thing. I'm telling you. So, but for the man to now compel this woman to say, yes, you have to, no. I would say the man is a wicked man, because you know the person you are getting married to, or you know the person you got married to. Just allow her to flow, with time into it. But that she will not know, she doesn't know how to cook anything. I think, no, that is not good enough. You just need to try to learn something, no matter how little or how easy that meal is. My
you
submission
can
here.
cook noodles. You can cook noodles. Thank you.
Yeah, noodles. Probably noodles with so many other, you garnish the noodles with, some other condiments. Fine, nice. But not for you to say, oh, the only thing you can do is just to boil water for tea or for coffee. No, now you should know how to cook something.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right. Mr. David, you are back. Can we have your takes on that? Did you hear did you hear that question? You said you didn't hear the question. Okay, Mr. David, go ahead.
I heard, sir. I thought that during courtship, the man knew everything about the woman. And if so, there should be no question over it, because he know what he is going for. And sequel to the agreement between two of them to get married, there should be no wahala over that. They should just look for how to sort it out, because the man knows already that this woman cannot cook or cannot do anything. It's a body from the ground. So they should have set they should have a plan B for that one. That one should not be a, but as they are having plan B, the woman will also look
We
for how
have
to know how to do little duty. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's for the men. Let's go back to Mrs. Bukola to come from the women's angle. I really have gone off.
Well, I also think that to add to what has been said, the man too may gradually adjust as they get married, since he's in the picture of, the state of the woman. Is either maybe they set out a Saturday or a weekend or a particular time to just do it together. If the man knows how to cook, he can, in a loving manner, pick one of his favorite dish and do it together with the woman. In that atmosphere, the woman might just, will just flow. That's another angle to it. But it's also possible for the man, since to also adjust as he upgrades his own lifestyle too. Thank you.
Thank you everybody. Any contribution? Let's go on to our last question. Mr. Dixon, welcome. We see you, but we can't reverse some of the question because we have a lot of twists to the last question. So, but you can bring your contribution to this last question for today. It is it. Can you allow your partner to work in the same company with their ex? Can you? This is a straightforward question. There is no twist to this one. But the twist there is when you say yes, you have to give us a good point. And when you say no, you must come with a Mrs. Bukola, please don't sit on the fence on this one. Don't be a politician. Can you allow your partner to work in the same company with their ex, knowing fully well that anything can happen? Don't let spirituality stuff. We all know how it is. So can you allow your partner to work in the same company with their ex? And you know that when they are together, it was fire. But now they are no longer together. Can you allow your partner to work in that same company? So these are our last questions for today. We have 15 more minutes, and we have like 2 minutes to contribute on. Okay, Mr. Dixon, let's have your voice on that.
Yes, good evening, everyone. It's a straightforward question, yeah, but it depends on what breaks them. They were lovers before, maybe they were not even deeply in love. It does not matter, but what breaks them up? Sometimes when former or ex-lovers, when they have this breakup, they become abject enemy, and the next thing is revenge. And the best revenge is massive success. This rivalry or competition. Yeah, so things like that may happen. But if it's about jealousy, if I feel that I'm not safe, because it could be anyone, wherever I'm taking her to, she might fall in love with someone else. So it depends on if that woman is trustworthy in the first place. And the second point that I should care about, if what actually broke them up. So these are just the concern. If I really want to be concerned, because I may not be concerned, honestly. I don't care how my partner wants to live her life, as long as whenever I want to see that loyalty or that faithfulness in her face, I get it all the time. So it's enough for me. Whatever she do back door, she should keep it to herself. It's not my business. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I didn't hear the last contribution. I lost my network was lost there. So let's have
yeah, what I said is I don't really care what she does behind the door when I'm not there, because in the first place I don't watch a woman, or I just let her do whatever she wants to do. But I hope that she's trustworthy, that she's loyal, and that should be enough for me.
Okay. Don't come back. You're coming back because the answer you gave, I actually give other people the kind of politics answer to answer. So that this time we have you back. The answer is yes or no. Men, women, men can bottle up some stuff, some emotional stuff, and say it doesn't matter. This is about trust. This is not about trust. But deep down, let's leave trust alone. Let's leave deep down. Can you just allow it? Because knowing our women fully well, some women will not allow it. Some
Yeah.
people will not even allow you. Yeah, if you told Chelsea, you just want to say your head is working there. I say, no. Go and look for a job in another place. God will provide for you. They will kabash on you. They will speak in tongues. God will provide. The Father in heaven will provide. That one is from the devil. We all watch some of this movie. You will go back to your temptation. Don't do that. Don't go there. So then your wife trusts you. But even the Bible says flee away from all those kind of
No,
things.
this is what I mean, Black Moses. I'm not trying to sit on the fence. It's very clear. I said, if I know what breaks them up, I mean, what broke that relationship, I may elect that she gets a job somewhere else. But then, let's see, they do all these people say. So if they get, if I realize that what they are doing, I mean, the company she is working with, that there is a guy there that may, have an eyes on her, I may decide to remove her from there. Otherwise, there's no reason. I mean, there's no reason to start watching her. If she's fine there, I mean, let her enjoy her life now. So that's my position. Did I lose the network?
So technically, you are saying yes.
Yes, I can allow her to be there now. If they are not this
Okay, so Mr. Dixon,
romantic.
technically, you are saying yes.
Yes, I'm saying yes.
I want you are actually saying yes, but
Ah,
I will call another man. Who call him?
okay.
The reason is, I'm asking the question is, men, I
Mhm,
don't know, I will ask you guys go to the lady said, men, we have this kind of thing
mhm,
like we are so sure of ourselves, and not that we are so sure of ourselves, even when we don't
mhm,
actually trust, even when we don't trust, you want to confront and say and act like you trust. But the women, they don't hide
mhm.
their feelings. The women are always emotional. They will show you, no, that.
Yeah.
Alaye, they are
Mhm.
even say, I don't do it, don't do it. Even if they're the women in the house. But men, you want to come up with macho something and say, trust my man, I trust
Yeah,
my woman.
macho, that's true.
But deep down,
Mhm.
you're having this kind of
But
feeling that,
but you know the day you catch her is the day that that's when you explode now. But if such thing is not, I mean, if you have no reason to explode, you don't explode. You just allow her live her life, so that
no,
you don't become a
catch her.
monitoring spirit for your wife.
No, you don't catch her. No, catch her in what sense? This is your partner. I'm not even using
Mhm.
maybe married couple. I'm just
I know
saying
now.
partner. Maybe you are still
Mhm.
cutting and you find that okay, like you said, solid other guys, like you said, say if you know what breaks them, anything can
Mhm.
break them,
Anything
anything
can bring
can
them back again.
even
Well,
when
well,
you know.
if it's not a wife, there are still chances that they can get married. But if it's someone that I've married, I mean, that's the position that I'm assuming, like someone that I have married, that I'm married to. Otherwise, if it's about courtship or dating, they still be married, they still feel set to any rift. They still feel set to any rift. But if we are married, I expect the woman to be ashamed. I need to get some shame.
Okay, let's go to who should I call now?
Okay.
Who wants to contribute? Don't let me call anybody. Who wants to contribute on this matter? We have 10 more minutes. Who wants to contribute? I said 2 minutes, but I think I still. Okay, Pastor Samson.
Yeah, I would say no. And you
Thank
know the
you.
reason I'm saying no? Fine. I trust my wife. Yes, fine. She can work anywhere
Yeah.
she chooses to. Fine. But let me tell you, there is this saying that men are moved by what they see, while women are moved by what they hear. Now, my woman going to work in the same establishment with somebody she had dated in the past can bring back past memories, be it good or bad. And that can trigger off so many other things. I remember growing up, all these slangs that boys used to say that once debe, always debe. Let me tell you, the devil can use anything to get at anyone. Because there will come a time when both of them, probably they will just get themselves entangled, or probably they are given the same assignment. And before you know it, anything can just happen, trigger up and there, and the man might be like, oh, this woman is married. A woman, probably, they're so emotional. any little thing, any touch, the man might not mean it, but before you know it, I'm not trying to downplay our women on the platform, sorry, or anywhere, but I'm just trying to be practical about this whole thing. So for me to allow my wife to go work in the same establishment with someone she had dated in the past, I think I wouldn't accept that because I would say I'm a jealous type. I just want to be real here. I want to be real here. It's not really advisable. Mm, Done.
I'm with you on this topic. I am in your shoes, bro. Don't mind Mr. Dixon. Thank you. Somebody has supported me. Let me go to the women before they come for our help. Pastor Samson, thank you. Okay, the only woman in the house
Yes,
that we can call on now. I only hope your
I
network is
support
back.
Pastor
So,
Samson. No, I see the big point from his angle, especially when he said once a soldier, always a soldier. That one, if you remember that kind of words, you want to keep your wife away from working with the ex. Yeah.
so that is exactly it. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. And even apart from that, I will leave the mic for the women now. Anything, okay, let me allow this. Mrs. Bukola, you can talk. Ayole, I think our network is still bad. Mrs. Bukola, if you want to contribute, all right.
All right. I'm on the fence anyway. For me, I will not allow it because it's not ideal. It's not also sensible. And, it's like you are putting fire on your roof and you are sleeping in the house comfortably. I don't think those two things work together because the truth is, for people who have had feelings for each other before, anything can trigger anything, the way Pastor Sampson has said earlier. And, in order for me not to blame myself later, I think I will be proactive enough to caution that, except he now insists on going. There are times our men believe that they are men and they can take care of themselves. God is with them and, they just want to go and explore. If he did that, fine. But for me as an individual, as a person, the truth is I cannot allow it. I will try
Thank
as much
you.
as
I know
possible to persuade him not to, even if I had to go and look for extra work to do. I will. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. I know the women will say no straight. Thank you for not sitting on the fence this time around. Thank you for coming out straight. Thank you. Ayole, you want to say something before we round up? I will give the symbol to talk now. Ayole and Laulu. Ayole, we can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, Laulu, can we have you? Laulu,
Sincerely, I'm laughing here.
laughing.
Because it's a serious case. So I was like, but then you know what I've been thinking about? Black Moses, you know that I'm thinking about, you
No,
know?
I don't know.
I'm thinking about the this a situation whereby probably the lady in question or the partner has been in search for job for a long time, and maybe this offer seems mouth watering. You know, it's for me it's kind of dicey. I think you understand. It's like, okay, maybe someone has been looking for a job for a very long time, and the first opportunity coming, or the best of opportunities coming now, like with a very good pay and the likes. So now turns out to be the opportunity where the ex is or is working. Well,
Mr. Laulu, don't risk the
Let's talk.
happiness of your home because of money. Mr. Laulu, don't risk
Let's
the
talk.
happiness of your home because of money. You have to be very, very sensitive. I mean, any other job can come because happiness is key. Except, like Mrs. Zachary said, except the partner now insists on going for the job. Then fine, you know you have done your own part.
mm, mm. Well, I think I agree with you too on that part. You know, another question popping into my mind again is this. Okay, what if, okay, maybe during the interview, in the process of getting the job, the partner, she wasn't aware that the ex works there. Then after they are accepting the offer, and she get to be in the company fully, then she discovered that, those are the kind of clauses for me. And then of course I agree with what everybody has said, but then these are the kind of clauses I think they might, there might be some other things to be considered.
I think Black Moses network is gone.
Yes, it's like the
Thanks.
screen is hanging.
Yeah, it's cracking badly.
I think it's
But I
back
think,
now. Right.
okay. Hello, do we have you back?
Okay, I'm back. I think my network was lost. Okay, Laulu, are you saying something?
Yeah, I think I concluded already, but I don't know if
Okay,
We had you.
oh,
Yeah, you completed.
my yeah, I lost my network here. So thank you for contributing. Yeah, thank you. I just like first of all, somebody said once a soldier is a soldier. We have a lot of reason to not to allow that to happen. If you have problem with your spouse, you know our ladies, even some men, and you are getting to, or you are seeing your ex, the devil will come and play his own part that time. At that time, you will see somebody dey buy flower for your wife, or somebody is buying lunch for your husband, and you do not eat from home in the morning because you are fighting with your wife. You are calling with after lunch in the afternoon. Hmm. Devil don start to dey play in one, before dey in two. And before, thank you everybody for contributing tonight. I hope you are still hearing me. To each other. Not from I will hear your contribution on the recording. Thank you. Pastor Samson, thank you. Dixon, thank you.
Yeah, thank God. All right.
Hope you finish your
Yeah,
exam before joining
thank
us.
you.
Mrs. Bukola, thank you.
I did well.
Did you
Thank you.
finish your exam before joining us? You said you are using WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Please
I
don't
have
share
a
this
I have a
time.
group of friends who are helping me
Alright.
out on WhatsApp.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Okay. All right, Pastor Samson, thank you for your time. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. I
thank God.
appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
been a wonderful 1
thank
hour
God.
with you people. Thank you. Hope to see you guys next week.
Yeah, take care. Good night,
It's allowed
everyone.
to drop the
yeah,
bombshell. Oh. Maybe we will continue from there next week.
About
I
what?
think so. Yeah.
He said, what if the ex,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
what,
I heard him. When he said, what if she accepts the offer, he or she accepts the offer and realize that the ex works there?
I think the person should
Mm.
just resign. I will resign, or my